It will take you less time to get 10 paying customers by getting 10 free customers first and flipping some of them to paid and then using their testimonials to get 10 more than to start from scratch and try to get 10. Let's go, Steve. Let's go Pistols. Pew pews. Steve, rock and roll. You're on Hormozi Hotline. What's cooking?
All right, thanks. Nice to meet you. I was actually at your workshop in February
Badass.
2024.
All right, was it good?
It was fantastic. Since then, we've almost made $900,000 in total revenue, so it worked out great.
And this is not a claim. Everybody, his results are unique, and yours will vary, but not bad for a $5,000 ticket or a $6,000 ticket, whatever it was then.
No, it was fantastic. Okay, I'll run you through these numbers real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, for this year, 2025, our total revenue is right at $423,000.
Okay.
Profit is $275,000. Industry, mortgage broker. Okay. What we sell is we are hyper niched into, I'm an airline pilot and military pilot, so we help airline pilots and military pilots buy homes with their VA loan.
Okay.
And the problem we're trying to solve is I think we have so many different kind of marketing strategies right now. It's tough to kind of pick which to put them more on. And I feel like we get started, then we stop, then we start, then we stop.
Word. Okay, well, what are the different ways you're getting customers right now, and what's LTV CAC on each channel?
Okay, so this is fantastic. So organic, that's where we get, LTV is 11,107. Our CAC is 3,200. And we have 46 deals we closed this year, so 18 came from there. From realtor referral networks, our LTV is 7,800.
Okay.
Like just real.
Yeah.
CAC still the same, right at 32 across the board on the CAC. And then.
Oh, really? Okay. Really? By channel it's that, or you just took all your marketing spend and divided it?
I just did a gross, like a fully loaded CAC across the board. I didn't break it out per group there.
I'll actually be able to figure that in a second. How many people did you get from the realtor thing?
We only got 14.
Okay, so 18 then 14. Okay, got it. And then what was the third channel?
Just past clients, 14 coming back for more loans. Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it. Just repeat business. Okay. And then how many did you have there?
14 on repeat business.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And then what was LTV on them?
LTV on them was 77.56.
Okay. And so organic for you right now is content?
Yeah, it's pushing out content. We were sending messages out about 25 a day to people. However, it wasn't converting. They're just reaching out to us when they're ready. Like they're super warm. They ask us for an application and no friction. It's almost one for one. It's kind of crazy. Because they're like, yes, like we solve the problem of underwriting for airline pilots. It's super complicated, and we know exactly how to solve it. That's what we're going.
I love that you're niched on this, by the way. I think it's really good. It's really so. I like the model. There's also a ton of pilots, so love all like all of it. All right. Okay. So you've been making content. Let's put a pin in that for a second. So the affiliates, so the realtor networks that you have access to. How do you recruit the realtors?
Well, that was the thing. Last year we recruited very heavily, but we realized the LTV was so it was lower, almost 30% lower. We kind of quit messing with them. So we really don't mess with realtors anymore. We're looking to get back into realtors, kind of seeing I really need the affiliate to keep the money model going. So we really haven't done much with realtors this year. Just these are some leftover ones from last year.
So let me ask you a question. How much did you do outbound? Is that what you did for the realtors?
Yeah, it's just calling them up, look them up in the local area, just calling them up and meeting with them, and then they refer business to us.
Got it. So how much would you say of your time last year was allocated towards doing that?
Almost 80% of our time was doing that last year.
No way.
And what we kind of realized was this year we've had 42 qualified leads come from them, but only 14 of them we closed, and only one of them was our ideal client of an airline pilot using a VA loan. They just
sent you kind of just generic. They just sent you just like people.
They're sending generic people, and it creates more churn in the system, more work, more credit pools, everything.
Yeah, heard. Okay. So given the fact that you're in a niche, going after generic realtors is going to be tough because the likelihood that they sell a pilot is going to be super low statistically, right? So I think that your best bet is probably going to be an organic plus ads rather than organic plus affiliates, actually, said differently, this actually makes way more sense. So instead of going after realtors, I think your outbound strategy is the right idea, but I'd be going after group owners or community owners who have pilot related businesses or like pilot related merchandise. Because actually, it's so funny because I want to say 2 years ago, I had a call like this with a guy who did pilot merch. So all it was just like merch for pilots. And he had a community owner of pilots, and it was an e-commerce business. And so he was running ads. So I don't think it's very hard to find these pilots. I would also recommend starting a school community for all the customers because they're all the same. And I actually think that'd just be cool. It's just like a cool benefit that you have that other people can't normally do in your space. And I think you'll be able to generate a shitload of referrals from that.
That's kind of what we were kind of thinking. We do have a finance course that we built out that we just haven't really been able to use because I kind of get stuck in this, hey, I need to go back to doing more. But like we've built out courses just for pilots, just for the veteran, exactly how to fix your problem.
Here's what I do. So you're going to take your course, right? And you're going to make that as a lead magnet for your organic. And I would drive them into a group because to your point of like, some of them aren't ready. That's fine. They can join a group in the meantime. That will spin up the wheel. That will then get you leads, and then it'll also get you referrals because you can tell them, hey, send your friends to this group. They're all welcome as long as they're pilots only.
Okay.
So they get this lead magnet when they join the group for free. Thing one. The second thing is I would start experimenting with Facebook ads, and I would use the lead magnet yet again. And then what I would do is I would include, because I would send them to the group and give them an onboarding call for free. So they get the lead magnet plus an onboarding call. And then you can talk to them, you can gauge where they're at in the life cycle. And that group can basically act as your long-term nurture in the meantime. But I think the referrals from the community are going to be big. And I think paid ads in today's day and age can get super targeted for this type of avatar.
And that's what we identified on social media.
Yeah.
It's almost 75% are our exact client when they come in.
Dude, the algorithm's already done. Like the algorithm's finished. They know what's inside. AI gets it. AI knows who the pilots are, and they just send that. It's interest media, not social media anymore. If you want to get pilots, you have to make pilot stuff, which you've already figured out, right? So it's like, number one, I think by and large, for sure, this strategy is a more strategy because what I want you to do is make way more pilot content, number one. I would also experiment with like pilot-related humor and memes because I think those will probably do really well and they'll still bring people in because that's fine. Normally I'm not like pro meme, but I think for stuff like this, like inside jokes for pilots, I think would be a great content type. Not every day, but like, a few of those a week I think would do well. Just top of funnel awareness. But what's cool about that is that like I want you to pump way more content so that when you take the winners of that content, take the content and then slap on a CTA at the end, run that as the ad. And then the offer is going to be the lead magnet you already made. They can facilitate that at the course, or they get the onboarding call for free. We can score where they're at in the life cycle, and then you can follow up with them accordingly.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Well, cool. That was really the decision was go after realtors, just keep going after our.
No, dude, I don't think realtors is the play. I don't think realtors is the play because if you want to stay in this niche, I don't think that's the play.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Rock and roll, dude. Appreciate you.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right, that's it. Okay. The training gyms. I have personal training. Oh, gosh, I don't know anything about gyms. Can someone else take this one? So, UK-based. Money model is pretty good, but can't get my salespeople to sell supplements. Cool. Might be that they aren't really confident in their general supplements knowledge. Yeah. So, having sold a lot of supplements in my life, let me just give you the solution rather than, going back and forth on it. So, what you want to do is you want to give every single one of them kind of like the ultimate package. And tell them to go through a 30-day challenge where they'll follow your meal plan and they'll take the supplements, and you want them to take before pictures and after pictures. So you say, hey guys, and you kind of like whisper tea shout this. So right as all the trainers, take their before pictures, like have them all be like something big is coming, like kind of like dun dun dun. And so have them posting a ton during this 30-day period of like their workouts and their food and all this stuff. It's like, hey, we've got something sick that's dropping. And then at the end of the 30 days, you'll post all the after pictures, right? And with the after pictures, you'll then announce a 28-day, transformation or something like that. And you can email your entire list, and you can even post to your socials, whatever, and run it for free. Hear me out. You run it for free so any members can also bring somebody or as many friends as they want to do the 28-day transformation. Here's how it works. When they come in, it is free, but the first meeting you're going to do is going to be a nutrition orientation. At the nutrition orientation, you're going to say, hey, we got your food covered, we got your workouts covered. These are the supplements you're going to want to take for the 28 days. And you'll sell them all $300 to $500, $600 package of supplements. And when you give the sales, the trainers commissions, one, if they can't sell anything but the supplements and they just went through the experience, they will like it a lot. Now, lucky for you, Mr. Training Gyms, let me tell you how to sell them. So menu upsells, which is page 77 inside the Money Models book, literally outlines exactly how I sell supplements. 4 steps. Unsell what they don't need, prescribe what they do need, which is basically tell them exactly how they're going to take each product. So let me explain that. Actually, I'm going to go a little deeper on this one because I think you guys cool with that? Everyone good with that? All right, we'll go a little deeper on this one. So the way to sell supplements, I sold a lot of supplements in my life. Person comes in. As soon as they sit down, what you're going to say is, hey, I'm going to give you this meal plan. Everyone always wants to know what supplements they're going to buy. I get to that, I promise, but I really want you to focus on the food because the food is the most important part. All right. What have I just said right with the beginning? One is I made everybody know that everyone wants to know which supplements they're going to buy. So I've already seeded that. Number 2, I've also told the truth, which is that I want them to focus on the food because the food is the most important part. So you already accomplished 2 things right up front, and you do so ethically. Now, after you go through it, you're going to go through the nutrition plan, go through the grocery plan, whatever. You say, okay, finally, we're going to get to everyone's favorite part. So you flip back to the plan. Now, I integrated supplements into my meal plan so that they were one and the same, so that it wasn't like, oh, I've got supplements here and meals here, because then it makes it seem like this is an addition. I want it to be integrated. All right. Now, the next thing you're going to do is on your meal plans, you should have little dashes next to each of the products that you have on site. And I prefer to, step 1, unsell. So you say, hey, Dorothy, I'm guessing you're not trying to get any chest hair. And they're like, oh, God, no. And you're like, great. So let's just cross out this testosterone booster. You probably don't need that. The next thing is you're not trying to gain weight, are you? No? Okay, cool. Let's just cross out this weight gainer. I don't need you on that. And so I go through first 2 things they don't need. I'll be like, now this one. I then give away the supplements that are low margin. So I say, listen, we've got a fish oil or an omega complex. There's one down the road. I'll write down the brand name for you. You can get it. It's probably half the price of what we sell it for. It's not as good. I was like, but it'll get you 80% on the way there. All right, so let's just I'll write it down. Boom. Next thing, this one, this is generic. You probably get another one probably for half the price down the road. I'll write that one down. Great. Boom. So the next thing is like, okay, now we've done our seeding. We've told people that everyone's going to buy. Then we've unsold the products that I don't want them to buy or aren't right for them. Then we go to prescription. Okay. Step 2, we say, all right, so I want you to write a 1 next to this, which is going to be your protein. I want you to write a 2 next to this. I want you to 3 next to this, whatever. You're going to go down the list. And so with each one of them, you say, all right, so your pre-workout, do you want to drive the same car every day? They're going to say yes. And you say, awesome. So I want you to take your pre-workout. I want you to put it in the car with you because it's always going to be with you. Next thing is your post-workout. You're always going to be using this car. I want you to keep that in the car too. Next one is your PM. Okay, so this stuff I want you to take at night. What's the last thing you do before you go to bed? I put my retainer in. Cool. I want you to put it right next to your retainer or right next to your toothbrush. That way you don't forget it. What's the first thing you do in the morning? I drink coffee. Great. So I want you to put your AM stuff right next to the coffee. I'm going to take this tape, put it on top, write it 2, take tape, put it on top, write it 3, tape on top, write it 2. That way we know how many pills they're going to take at each of those specific sessions. They have to think about it. So I don't want this big stack of stuff that's going to sit in your closet. I want it already integrated into your life. That's prescriptive. Notice, I didn't ask them. I told them exactly how to take it. Then I say, great, for the protein, do you want chocolate or vanilla? Great. You want chocolate? I like chocolate. Fantastic. For the pre-workout, do you like strawberry or kiwi? Most people like strawberry. Strawberry, great. All right, awesome. You're almost ready to go. Put it in front of them and say, great. Do you want to use the card you have on file? Awesome. Done. Close everyone. You'll close 90%. How it works. That's how you do sell and sell. Next caller. Corey, what's up, man? You're on Hormozi Hotline.
Hey, man, what's going on?
I'm cruising and bruising.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, talk to me. What's the business? What do you sell? How much you make? All that good stuff.
Yeah, so we're an HVAC cleaning business. So we're doing currently on track right now for this year for 1.8.
All right, 1.8 top line. Got it. What's bottom line?
Bottom line right now is roughly 4 450 to 500.
Nice. Solid. Good. Okay. You must have been consuming my stuff for a while. Okay.
Good amount of time. Good inspiration.
Good. No, I love it. Okay. So what's the thing that's holding you back? Is it not enough technicians or is it not enough leads?
It's now it's still leads a little bit. We're always looking for more because we're currently always hiring.
Okay.
So we are now putting on a technician probably one every 3 to 4 months.
Okay. Got it. So what's the constraint of the business right now? What's holding you back from doing twice as much?
Right. So right now is definitely leads. So we
Okay.
just, per our cash cow event that we had with you, the one thing that we really dissected was our third-party marketing. That we
Corey,
realized
I didn't
they
realize
really
that this
weren't
was this was that Corey. All right, rock and roll Corey. Yeah, I remember everything. I didn't know. I had Corey. That's all I had. Hey, Corey and HVAC. No. But you're in duct cleaning, which is a little unique. All right. I remember. All right. So what's holding it back?
Yeah, so right now we just got rid of our old marketing company, so we went with a new third party now. They're great, a lot of track record. It's kind of a higher echelon of what is in our market.
Okay.
So we actually have our CMO that worked with them previously in her past company. She took them from $2 million a month to $2 million a year to $2 million a month. So
Right.
now we reunited them, so they are super excited to all work together again.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, super right now is we're trying to just lock in on leads again. We
Right.
are redoing the website. We're redoing a lot of our ads and kind of reconfiguring things. And just
Yeah.
like we talked about in our cash cow is,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll spend unlimited ad spend as long as it makes sense and makes money, right?
Yeah. So what's holding you back? Or this stuff just needs to pan out?
Yeah, so we're working on leads right now, and then finding the real constraint is finding enough technicians that to fit our feed and what we do. So a big part of what we do is education, and all of our employees right now, there's none of them that have a HVAC background at all. So it's been really interesting to kind of train people up from the ground zero, which has also been great.
Yeah, but you get way better margins. They learn it your way. So there's advantages. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Okay. So do you need more leads or do you need more technicians?
Definitely more leads first. So technicians we're
Okay.
good right now. Definitely more leads.
Well, if you're already redesigning all your funnels and your offers and you're about to turn on a bunch of ads, I don't know if the first thing I want to do is just say let's stop all that. I think you need to do that, right? And so I think you need to let the dust settle from that change. Like one of the big things that Layla says a lot, which I really appreciate, is you never want to solve the same problem twice. And so sometimes it's like if we have a 3-month solution to a problem, if we're 1 month in and the problem isn't solved, it makes sense though because we're still working on it. It's a 3-month solution. It's like it's going to take us 90 days. And so sometimes we want to solve the same thing like multiple ways when really the first thing was the right thing. It's just going to take 90 days.
Right, exactly.
So if these guys were able to scale the other business, from $2 million a year to $2 million a month, it sounds like they already have, whatever their playbook is on the lead side. So I'm going to just assume, just for the sake of our conversation, because it's going to get too granular that I can do over the phone without seeing what I'd be looking at, like super tactical headlines and moving, all that kind of stuff. Transitioning over to the supply side, because assuming that works, you're going to be quickly supply constrained, right?
Right.
Okay. So what is your lead gen funnel for the technicians?
So right now, we are currently going on Facebook groups and stuff of that nature, and we're also we're almost recruiting and like reaching out to other companies. So when we see posts or things from other technicians, or when my technicians are out in the field and they see other companies, those guys are coming out to us of like, hey, I've never heard of you guys.
Yeah.
What do you guys do? And they see what we're doing and they want to be involved. So they're just not happy where they are and they're looking for us. But we have to be careful with that too.
Yeah. Well, all right. So we have a couple, you need to increase, you need to go from, one, what do you say, one every 3 or 4 months is what you said? Right. So if you're going to 12x, you're going to have to go one every 3 or 4 months to almost, it's 12 times that. So if you did one a month, it would still be only, 3 times that. So it's going to be closer to one a week to sustain the volume. So we need to build that machine soon. And so we have to think about a more scalable way of acquiring them. And so I think part of it is, do you have the economics around how much an HVAC technician makes you?
Yes. So an average
Okay.
technician around us makes anywhere between 50 and 70.
They make that much money. That's their pay.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So their salary is, I'm going to say 60K. Okay. Got it. How much gross profit does the technician bring in for you? Take out cost of the materials, right? So take out material costs. How much does it make? And then I'll subtract out their salary.
Let's just call it, 180 to 200.
All right. So 200K. All right. Well, it's already 30%, which is already kind of high because I was like, is there a way that we can? Well, what commission are you giving to bring them in?
Well, right now we've actually had to outsource from different states, so we're offering like relocation, packages in order to get them here. Because we live in a lot of retirement communities and stuff like that, so the people that we're looking for is kind of hard sometimes. So, we offer up to $10,000 of relocation, and then like I said, we try to get them rocking and rolling.
Yeah. So I think we just have to be a little bit more violent. I think you have the right strategy. I think it's just a volume thing. You're reaching out, it's like, how many recruiters do we have? How many we ask them for? Can we get them to get us more? Thing one. Thing two, you're going in communities, but how many? How often? Are they on where's the best pool? Because they all hang out somewhere, right? So where do they hang out?
That's a good question. I gotta deep dive into that.
Well, you solve that and you make $50 million.
They're all typically working. That's where it's like, especially with us. And
no, but they hang out online, dude. Everybody hangs out online. Entrepreneurs are always working. Okay, but they hang out online. So that there's somewhere they hang out. Groups, forums, associations, discords, school communities, they're somewhere. So I'd be looking at the trades groups in general, look broader, because you train these guys from scratch anyways, right? And do you you train them from scratch because do you need them to be existing techs? Can you just get anyone to do it?
I hire for personality more than anything.
Well, dude, then why are we, you don't need to be looking cross state. This to me sounds like an ad thing. So I would be running Indeed and Facebook Marketplace or whatever ads, and then I'd be running them to a group interview because that'll make it efficient for you. Just group interviews. Just do one group interview, group interviews a week. 10 people on. Assume only 30% are going to show. So it's get 30 people booked for each of the times. So it's 60, 60-ish leads confirming, which will probably take you 5 times that or more. So 300 leads a week coming in off of Indeed ads. Do a 50-mile radius around your location. And I would be group interviewing, and then off the group interview, we're talking 1 or 2 minute, you catch a vibe pretty quick, right? And then you do a one-on-one with them after that, and that'll allow you to triage through a shitload of applications. This is a low-skilled role. I wouldn't be recruited from out of state for this. Just low-skilled role. You need to be spending a ton of money on. A ton is relative, right? If you're willing to spend $10,000, which I think is the right way to think about this, dude, if you spend $10,000 a month, you're going to get way more than one technician on ads. Way more. Right. So I don't even think you need to do much. It's good that you're doing that, but I think you have to build the recruiting process for this business, because if the girl and the reuniting with the agency or whatever, they worked together before, they already know how the sales motion and the acquisition works. So you're going to have to 12x your acquisition of talent. So this is another machine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's very helpful. Like I said, it's the biggest thing that we're trying to do is just kind of grow our team, and like I said, just making sure that the right people are on our team, because especially with our industry as a whole, it's very important that we do the right kind of work.
No, you're good. And you want to if you're catching for attitude, right, which is what you're looking for, just cast the net broad. Talk to as many people as you can. That's all we're doing here. Talk to as many people as you can. You catch a vibe real quick, move them in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's very helpful.
All right. Rock and roll, Corey. Appreciate you.
All right, brother. Yeah.
All right, talk soon. All right, see ya. All right. Renato. I've ran ads for my biz for 2 years and 8x their business. Oh, for a biz, not your biz. 8x their business. I learned everything about the business, but I'm not sure if it's enough proof to talk about and get new clients on the niche. Some proof is better than no proof, for sure. but I would say like, can you work for more customers for free or at a discount? Like, I'm telling you, everybody, like, you will shortcut your path to success by getting 10 testimonials more than just about anything else. Because that's like, if you look at a conversion page, you look at a VSL, you look at a sales process, if you show 10 testimonials, it's about all you really need. Because once you have 500 or 5,000, like I do, there's actually not a lot of incremental benefit. There's not a ton, right? Like if the offers book is 27,000 5-stars, at 1,000 5-stars, people are like, this book is probably good, right? And there's very diminishing returns when it comes to getting testimonials. But those first 10 matter so, like the amount that you can charge, the amount of experience that you're going to earn, the amount that you'll be able to convert from a sales process, the amount of people who will respond to your advertising or outreach, huge difference. So it's like it will take you less time to get 10 paying customers by getting 10 free customers first and flipping some of them to paid and then using their testimonials to get 10 more than to start from scratch and try to get 10. So that is my TLDR. I do think you can lead with your very compelling example, but I'd still want, like, you just need to do more volume, man. My team, let's highlight somebody. X Rahul. I'm a content creator with 1 million, I'm guessing followers, but I'm not able to expand because I do everything on my own and I do it too good. I do it too good. I'm so good that they have banned me for being so good. If I try to hire people, they just don't seem to learn no matter how hard they try. So guess what? You suck at training. So instead of framing, this is a really good side point. Whatever is holding your business back, instead of saying this is holding my business back, reframe it as my inability to do this thing is holding me back. So it's not that like all salespeople suck. It's that I don't know how to train good salespeople, right? It's not that like, oh, Facebook doesn't work. It's I don't know how to use Facebook to get leads, right? And so you, X Rahul, what you need to do is you need to get better at breaking down what you do into its constituent parts and then training in each of those parts one at a time. Because let me say it differently. If you expect from a percentage perspective, if you have a million person account, it's a point something percent creator. Like it's a rare feat, right? And so to assume that you're going to be able to teach someone a skill that allows them to get 1 million people in a weekend is kind of ridiculous. Now, what you can do is teach them a component of that skill. Teach them how to do the research, right? So I want you to look at all the work you do and say, like, how many of these pieces that create the end result can I outsource or delegate so I can get more leverage on my time? And so maybe you can do 5 times the output if you have someone who's taking 2 of the 80% of your time type projects, right? And so, like, I know how to make ads, but when I do record ads, I'm just going to, like, my team's going to come. They're going to already have looked at the top performing hooks from past campaigns and top performing creative from our organic. They're going to say, here are the hooks. They're going to be like, this is the offer we already know that we're going to push. I say, great. And so then I'm going to read the hook. I'll fill it in with whatever, 2 to 3 points I want to add in. But then instead of me having to do all that work, I can do the whole thing in 45 minutes rather than that being a day, right? And so instead of you saying, I want to replace myself, I would like you to layer down a chunk and say, I want to replace components of what I do until eventually you're just doing the highest value, rarest skill. And then maybe eventually you could upgrade one of those people to learn that too. That's pretty good. I feel pretty good about that. What do you think about that, Duke? Feel good about that one? All right. Sammy Melbar. I asked Hormozi AI what to ask you. If you own a done-for-you high-ticket sales company, what daily input and target and weekly tasks would you set to add 10 FitPro clients per month without breaking delivery? Well, without breaking delivery, you have a high-ticket sales company. So high-ticket sales company could be anything, but then you said you want to add 10 FitPro clients per month. So is this like you teach them to do high-ticket sales? You do high-ticket sales for them? I'm going to guess that's what it is. I'm going to guess you do high-ticket sales, you staff setters and closers. Okay. Got it. Yeah, so you help them generate high-ticket sales. Got it. So the thing is without breaking delivery. So we have to figure out whether you're demand constrained or supply constrained. So if you're demand constrained, then we need to get to 10 FitPro clients per month. If you're like, well, I can't take 10, I can only take 5, and I'm currently doing 2, then it's like, well, get to 5 by increasing the inputs on the system that you're already doing, which is going to be either more ad spend or more outreach likely for your existing business. And then without breaking delivery, so if every business is demand constrained, you're either demand constrained in terms of customers or you're demand constrained the same way I was just talking to Corey about his HVAC techs, which is like you need to have a separate marketing funnel for the people who are doing delivery. So it's going to be both marketing in terms of acquiring the talent, but also the training and onboarding. So let me walk you through this. So you've got lead leads that come in, you've got nurture, you've got sales, you've got activation, and then you've got retention and ascension, right? This is what you have. This is a customer journey, right? Now, if you have a team, because if we're talking about delivery, you've got applications, very different. You've got application nurture. We use a different word here called interviewing. It's a sale. Activation is going to be the onboarding, right? But you could also technically call this onboarding. For a customer, you onboard your employee. And then what are you going to do with an employee? You're going to retain them. And then if they're good, you're going to ascend them into higher levels of business. And so the point here is that you obviously have a process here. You just need to build a parallel process here. That's it. All right.